Round number 1 last year. Charlie got the jump on the lines and Connor's had a terrible start. Let's see if the EcoBoost can catch him up at the mid-track. He is chasing him down, but Charlie's still out in front and he is going to indeed go through with another personal best of 11.00, 131, and there you have it. 1 9-second car out and 1 11-second car through. Guys, overnight they were welding up the drive shaft, but at the moment this is all about Brad Morgan as he goes 169 in the 60 foot at the 8th mile doing 118, and he goes again 973, 145, a ginormous personal best. Set yesterday ran a personal best of 10.7. Harry Lockwood has moved down into the 11th. He is currently out in front, and Lisette has got a lot to do to catch him, but she is not going to do it, and it is going to be Harry Lockwood that goes through to the next round with an 11.07, 127. Oh, see, Grant is out. Can Jose catch the vision? Well, he can indeed by mid-track, and he drives around Grant Moore. No, he's off, Grant's gone. Grant's going to go through with a 10.55, 135, whole shot win, but what happened? Jose must have missed a shift mid-track. Whole new engine rebuild overnight, taking on Nick Shotton. Let's see if it was worthwhile all night. Something drops off under the car, but both cars bogged down. Paul Conway has now got the power and got the motion going forward. He's going to go through and make it very much worthwhile. The guys on the start line are already clapping as he goes through with a 13.1 at 117 miles an hour. Side by side 9, or are we just going to see a fantastic race all the way to the finish line? Scott LaRue, always gone deep. He's feeling brave. Oh, what a night! He went deep and cut a light, but then he's missed a gear. Puerto Formella has driven around him at the half track. We have got 111 to 98. This is going all the way to Poland. And Pitor goes through with a 10.32 at 141 miles an hour. Scout did everything off the line that he could.
Check his reaction time.
Al Monk's taking on Dale Houston. Thank you very much to Ben, who lent him a pair of slicks that's going to enable him to go through to the second round, as he is basically half ahead and goes through. 10.04, 148. That's one of the quickest runs I've ever seen Carl Monks put in. Gearbox on Connor Edgewood's saloons for today, and he's currently out in front, but now he's lost power. They're actually side by side at the moment. Power of Connor, but the winner is going to be with a 12.62 free. This lap is going to go through to the next round. Right, so hopefully stays the lights on. And unfortunately, issues for Jody, so Dan is basically on a solo run. Slowing down though. Jody suddenly realised and started picking up speed, but Dan goes through. Is it all going to come together for Rob in round number 1? Well, pretty calendar-like reactions from both of our cars. Dominic of the mid-track is doing 98 miles an hour. He's probably looking in his mirror saying, I have got this. His first 9-second pass. Can he pull it out in Eliminations round number 1? Dainty gets the jump. They're side by side around about 100 foot. Martin's got a mid-track wiggle. Darren's got it nice and straight. But this is all Martin Dainty with a 9.94 to an 11.06. As long as he's away from 60 foot, he is basically done. With a 10.21 and 139 to an 11.97. Right, Terry Newton, he ran his first 8-second pass this weekend. He's taking on Ben Thatcher in round 1. Ben Thatcher gets the jump off the light, but the turbo power of that van swings past him at the 330. And Terry goes through to start his day with a 9.10 and 163 miles an hour in round number 1. Ahmed yesterday ran a new personal best of 8.51. Waits for a green light sensibly. Oh yeah, he drives around. Ahmed goes through with an 8.44, miles an hour. The books though for the family. Imagine if Andy was red lit then. But luckily it is a green light drag race. Andy Bambrick is well out in front of him. He's got the nitrous on this pass and he's going to take it nice and easy with a 13.36. Take it on Cameron Bishop. Oh, Lucas rolls through the beams and goes red, so it is straight away a win. Cam Bishop is just going to take it easy and wave as he drives by. No time unfortunately for Lucas, but a 10.53 at 123 miles an hour. To see, so we have got a race. Turbocharged Honda Civic versus a TDI VW Polo. Round number 1 of European front-wheel drive. Jose taking his time to come into the stage. He's now spooling the turbo up. Good side-by-side launch. Jose is out in front at the moment. Can the petrol car catch him at the top end? I don't think he's going to. Jose is going to go through to the next round with a 10.36 and 136. Obviously, Andre doesn't need to spool up. Yes, he's playing to get out, and he's in. Got 7 seconds. Andre needs to go in. He is in. Here we go. Great reaction by Andre Meishik is currently out in front, but here comes the back half power of Andy Nichols, and indeed he does drive around him and goes through with a 9.23. Personal best. There for Clark Appleton on the start line, so this is going to be an automatic win to Simon Crowley. He's doing 114 at the 8th and ticks off a 10.15 at 146. About going for PBs. Well, he's had a mod off the start line, so he is Patricia Dabrowski all the way out in front at the moment. I can't really tell you where he is, to be honest, but the win goes to a 10.27 at 136. Well, unfortunately, a big hop skip in the jump for Jay Tippin. So Alan Kenyon, who's on a storming weekend, is going to go through to the second round of European front-wheel drive with an 11.75 at 118. So, all down off Fran now. David waits patiently. In comes Fran. David's in. Again, David's got a good 3 seconds on Fran. He takes the green light. Let's see what he can do though. That's nice and straight. 142, 60 foot, 134 at the 8th. David Alamek goes 8.56, 168 miles an hour. And Fran goes through the next one. Right, so next pairing, Mr. Boost. Runner-up last year in the European front drive class, taking on Pavel Drilling. Cars on the start line. Mr. Boost gets the jump at the half track. Matty Davison has got a little wiggle, but he's out in front at the moment. Here comes Pavel at the top end, but Matt 9.47, 155. You can hear Rachel on the start line going crazy. Get himself set on the line. 155.60 foot. The 8th mile manager is doing 115. But he starts his day with a 9.80 at 141. Right, Petros is in. Here goes Petros. We've got a green light race. It's a bog for both of the cars, very luckily. Well, Petros, just take it easy. Save your motor. He's got no mirrors, obviously, so he doesn't know where Matchy is. But goes for the finish line with a 10.07 at 172 still. Gets the red light, but he's on a solo, so he still goes through. The 8th mile doing 134, and he goes through with a 9.9 at 166.
Chris Waterhouse with an even quicker 9:57 at 1:49.
950, 140. VR5 turbo. 5 up, Charlie gets the drop, but then misses a shift, and Grant is out. Finish line. Keep an eye on the left lane for a turn note. 1070 at 11:41. He was working all night long, rebuilding an engine. He's off the line side with Daniel Mountain. Both cars seeming to have issues, but Daniel is out in front at the moment, and he is going to roll on to round number 2 of the European front-wheel drive class with a 11.62. Here we go. Poland in the Kestrel beer lane, Scotland in the Slick Tricks racing lane. We've got the drop, we've got a green line race. Alan is away first, but David Lammick is around him by the 3:30.
And long gone, that's
He is.
hauling.
850 at 168, a new personal best for David. Again, the staging duel. Yeah, Andy had this in the first round. Both cars revving at each other. Anthony in first. Anthony's away first, but here comes the big power of the Honda Civic at the half track. We've got 103 to 133. Andy Nichols rolls through. We're at 890. 172 miles an hour. They're away together. Patricius is out in front at the moment. Lewis is chasing. He's the only one who can see what's going on. Patricius goes through with a 1051 and 133 miles an hour. Starting to pull away at the top end, and the Honda works. So last run, Ahmed Jamshed running 8.4. Got a green light race, issues for Cameron Bishop. Eyes are on Ahmed Jamshed. He's doing 135 at the 8th, and he goes through with an 862 at 174 miles an hour. Jeez, that's going to be tough. Alan Kenyon. Martin is out in front at the moment. Alan's got a big job to do, but Martin's wiggling at the top end of the track, but he goes through with a 1022 at 133 miles an hour. VR6 with nitrous against the turbocharged B Series Honda Civic. A bit of time on the start line, but at mid-track he is just going to scoot on by Andrew Lambrick. He's having issues though. 11, 12, 2, 8, 12, 59 for the red light in the yellow. Mayor of where? Mayor of Preston. 151, a little bit slower than yesterday, but he's staying out in front. Going to go through with an 899. Super 60 plus for front wheel drive cars. Taking his time here, out of the gate and gone into the distance. Vittor's got a hard job to catch him here. 962, 141 miles an hour.
I love that with Matt Davison's group.
A little bit slow at the start from Matt Davison. Harry's trying to keep up with him, but Matt at the top end has superior power and goes through with a 972, 158 miles an hour. Not made the call. Jose has waited as long as he could. So he is going to get a bye run and basically just poozle it. Brad Morgan. Oh, so after another 9-second pass, Brad Morgan has obviously elected not to come down. We'll find out later. He's he's had a fantastic weekend either way. Hayden's is chasing a 10. E2, he goes 1072 at 138 miles an hour. I'm going to say Simon's already won this because he's basically been disqualified for having a crewman touch the car when it was in stage, but luckily Simon goes through with a 998 at 146. Let's see how quick he can go on Eliminations Day. He's got a bye run. Take it easy on the tree, build up the boost, and can we see the magic six? Short track numbers 115, and he lifts mid-track. Still goes through with a 761 at 175. It's going to be a noisy one on the two-step. 1.1064. He had the 6. Same pitch. Pushing away first. He's having a fight over the 8th mile. He's still out in front, 132 to 136, all the way to the finish line, but at 8:18. Jump for Richie Webb. He's off the power. Looks like his wing is trying to come off. He's still going to get to the finish line with a 10.04 at 142 to an 11.7. Right, so Turbo Beetle, all the aspects of the green light drag race. Unfortunately, the issue for Mex on the start line, so James Wharton is way out in front. He's going to roll through to the next round of 4-cylinder with a 9.44 at 149 miles an hour. Here we go, the light cross. We've got a green light drag race. Aided by the 60 foot, has already driven around Luke with a 150 60 foot. At the 8th mile, he's doing 134, and he goes through with an 861 at 106. Already 100 pound up. Can he take out the reigning champion? 60 foot, we're going to say no, but anything can happen on the drag strip. Ahmed at mid-track 135, and he completes the quarter mile with an 868 at 174. Right, Martin Dainty is into pre-stage. Here comes Andy. Again, a little staging duel for Andy. Nobody wants to stage against him. They're making him wait. Andy goes in first again. Martin's in now, the light block. Martin's got the drop. 60 foot, 171 and 175. But here comes Andy at the half track as he drives around Martin Dainty and goes through with a 910 at 170. Regular runs in the 10s. Oh, I was going to say a great life for Patrick, but then he bombs off the start line. They are actually side by side at the moment, so this is going to go all the way to the finish line, 103 to 110. The win goes to the Polish racer Patrick Dubowski with a 10.96, 130. A solo pass for Terry Newton, really bad. Well, a 154 60 foot, and he shuts it off mid-track very sensibly. There's no need to hurt any parts on this car. No. So, right, next runner, Ada Yellow taking on Grant Moore, the Pigeon. Ada is currently out in front at mid-track. He is doing 106 to 104, all the way to the finish line. Ada Yellow goes through again. Shot win. Doorslammers. Cat on the start line, they're side by side at the moment. Cat doesn't seem to be pulling away now. You can see some tram lines. Cat's going to go through with a 976 at 155 miles an hour. Very sensibly waits for the green light.
Very smooth as well.
1.11, 151, 726, 185 miles an hour. But it's one of those. They'll always claim it different. There's a caddy currently in the build with a V8. Oh, both of them bog off the line, but Mike is now away, but then he's off the power. Jeff drives around him. Wow. Drama and upset as Jeff goes through with a 1091 and puts out the VW.
Really?
So Hubert Stremberger is through to the next round.
I think
But
Mark's
what a cost.
Mark's car's actually quick. I don't think he was, I don't think he was hanging.
Well, they're way together. 157.60 foot for Scott. How deep into the tens can he go? 969.142. Forget the tens. Get some extra track time and hopefully take home some PBs. So 297 cars on the start line. Good launch for Connor Devine, 161, 114 at the 8th, and he goes through this time for the 1010. And it goes through the 10. Scott went into the 9. There's Anthony Mincher. 171.60 foot for Darren. He's trying to keep up with Ant, which is a good thing. 9.90, 153. Darren Dewis has done it.
You've got to get around Dave Swift. At 250, look at that, and a 736 at 183. Dave Swift gave it everything he had.
Be the UK's Calvin Scarrett, or is it going to be Poland's Patricius Dabrowski? Here we go. TDI versus Honda. Petrol. Oh, very courteous start line light. Obviously, we cannot see Patricius, but I'm going to assume by the lovely noise of a B series, Calvin is way out in front. And goes through with a 929 at 149, guaranteeing himself 1,500 quid. Second quarter finalists. Very careful there. Andy Nichols taking on Hader.
Every race so far has been very polite.
Yes.
I'll get away with that one.
Here's another stage and duel again against Andy Nichols. No one has won the stage. Hader's got the light. See, we're excited, but unfortunately at the 330, Andy Nichols flies around him, and he is going to go through with a 912 and 100. It is Doorslammers quarterfinals. Terry Newton in the Kesselman both away together at the moment, but Terry's got issues. Simon has got issues. Who is going to get to the finish line first in a roll race? I think Simon has got enough momentum to get him over the line with a 1364. It is the Pro Race Engineering team. Need £1,500. Light drops, almost identical reaction times. David Lammick is out in front, but does Ahmed have the back half? He does not. It is going to be Poland. 8:48 and 172 as well for a new personal best.
Weekend they have. It's currently by a few thou.
Managers in the Kestrel beer lane, but you never know what's going to happen. Are we going to get the fastest side by side all motor run ever in Europe? No mucking around on the tree needed here. Super strong, 151 and 153. the 260 foot at the 8th mile, 118 to 115. Andre Myshek goes 9:53 and 145.
Absolutely. He's got into deep stage. Can't build the boost, he's got to wait. So Hubert can build the boost, but he's not doing it. Hubert, you've got to go in. Yeah.
Oh no! Wow! Gary Camilleri goes through to the final in a monster shake-up. Got a mid-track wiggle, but he is out at front at the moment. This is going to be all Jeff Ludgate as he goes 8:87, 157 to an 8:93.
Did a great head.
Down again, here's the shot. You can see why there. Doing 119 at the 8th and goes through with a 9:89, 148 miles an hour.
Waiting to go. Is Andy Nichols going to take his time on the start line again?
He gets a little bit of spin. Andy Nichols again powers through the 8th mile. He's doing 133 and finishes with a 9:01, 170 miles an hour.
Calvin hasn't.
Yes. The lights drop and David Lamech is away in the distance. Calvin's got a big back half speed and he's trying to catch him up, but it's going to be into the final. David Lamech with an 8:60 at 169 miles an hour.
5:77 at 2:49. Dave left way early. See the exhaust popping.
Oh yeah. He's revving it.
Well, that's Richie Webb on way to collecting the win here at 4-cylinder. How bizarre. 11.
And Gary Camilleri rolls to the finish line for the win at the Doorslammers 2022.
Their nerves. They're probably sitting down there thinking, don't red light, don't red light, don't red light, don't red light, don't red light. Just in case, don't red light.
Okay, music back on.
We need to get the light back on. Christmas tree, there we go.
Here we go then. It is the Honda Civic versus Opel Corsa. The line drops. Andy Nichols is waiting for the final, but David Lamech drives around him all the way to the finish line and wins. 8:58, 174 miles an hour. Look at the grandstand. Everyone is on their feet clapping.
Andy Nichols was on time for the first time all day.